Hi friends, it's Quillwick again, and I'm here to talk about a fantastic thing that I got. I actually got for Christmas, so it's not very new to me, but I would love to talk about it. I got the Heroclix Galactus. This is one of three Galactuses that I believe exist. They had a 1200.1 way back when. They also had a zombie one for a little bit. I don't want a zombie one. I want good old classic Galactus. Check him out. He's flippin' enormous. Here's a regular figure for comparison, and also just the fact that I'm holding him like this and not like this. um, he's also beautifully detailed. A lot of Heroclix figures tend to have kind of cheap paint. It's frequently misprinted or, misaligned. The colors are weird. But this one is gorgeous. My crappy webcam cannot really show off all the detail and sculpting that goes into this guy. He looks amazing, and he's got these giant, awesome energy bolts, which you can take off his hand for easy storage or transportation. He's a little unwieldy by the standards of most Heroclix. He has one more display feature where you can take off his helmet to reveal his face. And I think I'm going to have this face on him for the rest of the video. Just because. I've also had the chance to play with him a couple of times since pulling him out. And for any Heroclix fanatics out there, you'll want to know how it works. Well, you probably already know how it works, but I'll let you know how it feels to play. And how it feels is kind of BS. Aside from the fact that he is massive, he takes up 3x5 spaces on the board, and is just generally powerful enough to one-hit kill most anything that isn't also on the boss tier, so like 200 plus points. You can actually play him at a number of different power levels. You can play him at 750 points, 500 points, 400 points, 250, or 100. But honestly, if you're like me, you only really want to play him at 750 points, because what's the point of playing with the Galactus when he's 100 points? Come on. I'm not spending 15 spaces on that. Give me a break. He's also got a lot of gimmicks. His character card, instead of a standard card, it's a stinking book in its own right. To explain all the different rules he's got. For one, he doesn't move on the board, but that's fine because his range is enormous. And he's also got a special dial on the back with numbers 1 through 5. The longer he stays out, the bigger that number gets. And how that works is he eats from the edge of the board. First 1 space in, then 2 spaces in. So the longer you play, the board's getting smaller. In addition to that, he's got some special rules for a herald. Galactus, while flying around and eating planets, he has a few buddies that he has called heralds that scout out places for him to eat. And they tell him what's nice and tasty. And a lot of them are insane in their own right. With these rules, you can have anybody you want be Galactus Herald. He grants them some special powers. He has his own dial showing what specific powers he gives to his Herald throughout the game. You can also choose to play with just the Herald. And if he can make it to the other side of the board into the enemy's starting space, he can summon Galactus in his weakest form. Which is nice and extremely dramatic. He's a ton of fun. A few things to note is, for one, being 750 points, it's going to take a lot more than 750 points of a standard army to take him down. The first time I played with him, I just built, an army as I usually would, and they all got annihilated. Because there's just a certain point where characters who are below like 150 points usually can't even touch him. It doesn't matter how many 50-point characters you throw at him, he's going to chew through all of them. In addition to that, he's got Power Cosmic, which defends him from most boss busting abilities like Probability Control and Outwit. So you're going to want a team with some very powerful characters who can suck up his hits. Another thing I found is that he cannot see through walls. He's very tall, so he can see over a lot of obstacles. But if you can get some barriers going, you can slow him down a bit. He gets 3 attacks per turn, but if you can throw up some barriers, he might be forced to use 1 or 2 of those attacks, getting through the barriers to those juicy, squishy people that you're fighting. Now let's switch the head back, because I feel like it. Overall, I would say this is absolutely something to get if you are a Heroclix fanatic. It's not something that you're going to be busting out to play every game. He is a special event. He's a boss. He's epic. He's not... And while they have rules, like, you can have the Herald summon him in his weaker form, that's not generally how you're going to be using this. I'm not going to haul this off to a board game night just to leave them in my car. So if you're a casual collector, you probably won't need that. But if you're hardcore like me and have spent 10 years collecting these guys, he's a fantastic addition to the collection. He looks amazing up on my shelf. And he dominates any game that he plays in. Not by dominate, I don't mean win, although yes, he can win very easily. I mean, his presence makes it a different game. The entire game becomes focused around him. It's not just your standard Heroclix. Oh, we're gonna beat up we're gonna beat up the other team. They're not like superhero Pokemon. Now it's Galactus is here, and everything you do is gonna be somehow related to making him stop eating you. Which is great. Like I said, not for every game, but on the special occasions that you do choose to break them out, absolutely worth it.